for another one. More dual input. This is going to be the 5th episode? Yeah, the 5th episode. 4th one's uploading right now. 9%. 9%. I'm sitting here. I stopped and I did some stuff. I answered some fan mail. And by fan mail, I mean like everybody's like, bro, help me out. And I'm like, sorry, like I'm a week late. Whoops. It's Hell Week, man. I've been grading papers and shit. No fun. Fucking college kids. So anyways, I got a beverage here. I'm sitting with no shirt on, enjoying the warm Central Oregon weather, exposing my man parts to the neighbors. Hope they enjoy. Overweight, semi-middle-aged guy showing off his gear. What the fuck were we talking about? Oh, we just made it so that way we could open our stuff. And our stuff is kind of messed up. And you know what I said at the end of the last episode? I was like, oh, I'm totally going to go look for that comment so that way I can fix the name. Totally didn't do that. Totally didn't. First thing I want to do is I want to work on that GUI. That GUI just will not do. So we're going to open up the GUI. The GUI is not there. There we go. Let's tune this up. And I think what we're going to want to do is do some moving around. So let's do a little Control X, Control V. And we'll do that. Right, like so. And what do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pixels there. And I don't know if you guys can see this. Oh, I'm looking at my other screen and you can't see that. So we have 5 pixels right there. Right, from the lower left to the upper right. So we are going to make that match over here on the inside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. Control X, Control V. We're going to paste that in until we've got, that's 4, that's 5. Okay, sweet. We'll grab our dropper because you can see it, right? And then boom, disappears. Disappears. You can see it up here. Whoa, whoa, sneaky, sneaky. You can't see me. Grab our dropper, and you see that I just actually grabbed this color, and we're gonna do that. I don't know how to turn it on, guys. Straight up. I know some of you have been like, dude, don't be a dick. Turn that on. I'm looking. I use FF split to capture. No idea where to find that. So you just see like this little like ghost cursor cruising around filling in all this stuff. When I could really just do that. And do that. Come on, bro. And we're using a pen. Alright, let's do this other one. Let's get this filled in, and then we'll move our bricks around. Cool, that's done. Move our bricks around, move our slots around. So we're going to take this slot, and we want to line it up even. And what did we say was even on this? 4 above, 4 below. You know, I kind of like it when it's tighter like that. Let's do 2 blocks. because you'll see that we have a 2-block gap here, right? And we have a 2-block gap here. And that is cool. That's cool. Alright, we're going to grab this, and we're going to do a Control X, Control V. We're going to move this bad boy in, 4 up, 4 down. And when I'm saying 4 up, 4 down, what I'm meaning is 4 pixels up, 4 pixels down. Sugar. How many pixels is this? 9. How many pixels is this? 10. What did I do wrong here? Oh, I know what I did. I need to do this. As tedious as this is, like the GUI aspect of it, admittedly it is probably my favorite part of Minecraft development. So, when I say 4 up, I mean 4 there, right? You'll see how it lines up with our slot, and then 4 down, again, lines up with our slot. So, we're going to do some selection there. We are going to do some selection here and some selection here. And we're going to get our paint bucket tool and not use that color, because whoa, right? And fill those in. Now what we need to do though is we need to save this like so. And we're going to close this, and what we're actually do is we've updated our PNG. Let's go in and debug. Debug, as in remove bugs, not debug, like, oh, look at debug, as my son would say. Alright, slots are off. So, what we're going to do is we're going to move these around. So, moving back to here, let's grab our selection tool, and x-axis for slot number 1 is going to be 44. 44 by 17. 44, 17. Wrong one. 44, 17. We'll save that, and because we're debugging, we can actually right click on it, and that's still not right. 44, 17. I'm not feeling it. It needs to be over 1 more pixel. So where did I derp up? 44. Did I stop there? I did. So 45. 45, 17, save, back in, just in and out. Look at that, perfect. So let's move slot 2. This slot's good, and I think I intentionally made that a thing on the inside, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I did, yeah. Yeah, that slot's still good. So let's move this other slot. It's going to be 45 again, we know that. Right, because these are lined up in the same area. Shit, same area. It's excuse me, right here. It's 45 to the inside of those both ways. However, we need to get the y-axis here, so we know it's 45, 49. 45, 49. Save, and back in. Now we've actually got room for everything. And once I get this thing figured out, it'll be good. You know what? Let me just roll over here, and I'm gonna mute YouTube. That one's processing, so let's do this one. And a quick mute. And so, alright, let's go back to these custom furnace videos and find out where my buddies talked about this. Holy cap, I have 3 pages of videos. There he is, Talabera. He's the one who told me about this. And Ghazi's told me too. Okay, we're on the right track. I know that like nothing's happening on your screen. I'm just sitting over here cruising on the other side. You know what? Okay. Talabera 2020. Here's what he said. And I put name on the end of it. So let's see what this looks like. So we'll take off the name, Control S, like so. I don't think that this is going to work because I'm pretty sure that we're going to have to reload this. And we'll just do regular mode this time. Come on. Take a drink. Oh, tasty. There we go. Talabera 2020, you are a stud, sir. You are a man amongst men. Alright. So, let's work this out. I want to put some stuff in here. I mean, even if it doesn't work, I want to put some stuff in there. So let's get that worked out. That's all container, baby. It's all container. Let's do some container. Get rid of that. We have quite a few methods to do in here. There's one big gnarly one that I always copy and paste in, and that is the transfer stack and slot one. But we have some other things that we need to do. We pulled in some stuff from Tile Entity, and we need to go in and reference those. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to do our add crafting to crafters. So I always like to keep the can interact with at the bottom. And my keyboard stopped working. There we go. Good grief. Public void add crafting to crafters. We're going to reference the iCrafting class, and we are just going to call this iCrafting because it's easy, or let's just call it crafting, even easier. And in this method, we are going to say super dot add crafting to crafters, and it is going to be crafting. Next line, we are going to say crafting dot send progress bar update, and it is going to be this slot 0, and this will be this dot did we define that in our tile entity yet? I think I'm getting ahead of myself. Masher. I want to say it's masher. Yes, tile entity. Masher dot dual cook time. There we go. What? Dual cook time. Crafting dot send progress bar update is going to be this one, and this dot masher dot dual power. Like so, that's it. That method's done. Dunzo. Sweet. Oh. We're entering the realm of broken shit. Because we're going to start getting into stuff, and it's going to eventually break. We're going to do a lot of referencing to tile entity, and it's going to break it. Which is just a bummer, you know? It really is. What do you do? We did that. Let's jump over to... Oh, man. I don't feel like I really want to get into that. I'm talking to myself. Sorry. Okay. That's okay. We're going to do this. I want to try to... I'm just kind of like thinking out loud right now because I want to streamline this as best as possible. So then that way we're keeping it as functional as possible as we go along. Get size inventory. Well, what is the size of our inventory? That is actually going to be slots.length. Slots.length, which is essentially what is the length of this. Well, what is the length? Ding, ding, ding. 4. If you answered 4, you get a point. I will be keeping track of points over the course of the competition. Get stack in slot. var1 can go away, and we're going to use I. And we are going to return slots I. Not 1, I. Slots. There we go. Slots.I. Because it's an array, right? We're going to go through and we're going to pick. We're going to onesie twosie. Set inventory slot contents. This is going to be slots I is going to equal item stack. And we're actually going to change this up here to I, to item stack. Slots.I is going to equal that. And we are going to say if item stack does not equal null and item stack dot get item. No. We don't want to get item. What do we want to get? We want to get how big it is. Dot. It's stack size. Stack size. Get. Whoa. Greater than. Get inventory stack limit. And this is a method that we should already have down here. So if it's not null and it's greater than the inventory stack limit, what are we going to do? Item stack dot stack size is going to have to equal this get inventory stack limit. Any guesses on what our inventory stack limit is? Woman? What's the maximum amount of items you can have in a stack in Minecraft? 64. That's the right answer. Never mind the fact that I had to coach you on that. That's okay. So let's actually do this method. Where is this method? Get inventory stack method. What is it? Return. What is it? I'm just getting a look. 64. I'm all alone here, folks. I'm all alone. Yeah, you are not a real gamer if you're playing Sims on your iPhone. That does not count. Open inventory, close inventory. Here we're going to write pretty much. We can't do that. Let's just do it this way. Come on, guys. Let's be serious here. And there we go. Is item valid for slot? This should allow us to put some stuff in there. Is item valid for slot? And I have a feeling that we're going to be referencing methods that in this one that is going to make things broken. I do. What is that? What was that? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to do that. Int I item stack. So, is this going to be valid for the slot? We are going to return I is equal to slot 2. What is slot 2? It's fuel. So if it's for slot 2, it's going to be false. Unless I equals 1. Is that right? Has item power item stack, and this is going to be a method that we're going to create later on. True. Yeah, pretty much what I think this is going to be. Really what we're doing here is we're saying, hey, we can put it in 2 because it's fuel, but we don't have this has item power method, so it's going to give us an error. But we can fix that, right? We can fix that really easily by doing this. We can say public Boolean has item power, and that's going to consist of an item stack, right? Because that's what we're essentially putting here, right? Item stack. The problem that we're going to run into here is that once again, what we're going to do is we're going to return another method, which is the get item power, right? So how much power is this actually going to give us? And it's going to be item stack as long as return item stack greater than 0. This is broken, so now we have to add that one in. So let's add that one in, and then I think we should be able to drop stuff into our little containers, our little slots. Get item power. So this is where we can more or less specify what our fuels are. But I'm calling it power, right? Let's go back and kind of review on our alabaster oven. This get item burn time is more or less what we're creating, right? And what we do here is we specify, hey, how much are each of these things worth at this point, right? How much are they going to be worth? Each of these items that we use for fuel. Well, the way that I'm designing this one, and I know that when I kind of started this, I said that this is going to be very specific, is I want this to run off of a specific type of custom fuel that I have, that I am going to create, which I'm going to have to create because otherwise it's going to give us an error. So let's get started on this method. We're going to say private static int get item power. It's going to be an item stack. Item stack. And we are going to say that if our item stack is equal to null, we are going to return 0. Otherwise, we are going to say item is going to equal item stack dot get item. Right, so we're pulling out whatever is in this item stack, what we have put into slot 0, 1, 2. This is slot 2 right here. Right here, slot 2. And we're going to say import that. I hate it when it puts these up here above that. We are going to say that if our item is equal to our fuel, in this particular case, I'm just going to put in tree sap, or tree pitch, item tree pitch. I'm just going to put that in at this particular point until I actually go through and create the other one. We are going to return 50. So we are going to get 50 power out of this. Make sense? And then we're going to return 0. Like that. So, if different things that we want to add in terms of fuel, just like we did in our alabaster oven, we can put those in here. But remember, we're dealing in terms of power. We're not dealing in terms of fuel. We put the fuel in and it converts it into power that builds up that meter, right? This meter right here, right? It's going to build that up. I want to jump in. Let's jump in and see what this has done. Let's see whether or not we can actually put stuff in here. We should be able to. If not, I'm crazy, and we'll get to it on the next episode. So there we go. Can we put anything in here? We can. We can't take it out. Oh well, that sucks. And I crashed it. Why? Because I shift clicked. Blah 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 blah. Holy fucking error, Batman. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff stuck in there that I can't get out now. Whoops. Whoops. My bad. I'm pretty sure that that's the decrease. Decrease something. Decrease stack size. Let's do that so that way I can get my topazes back. And then we'll call it good. Public item stack stack size. What are you saying? They're doing the naughty?
It's called woohoo on here.
It's called what?
Woohoo.
Woohoo. It's called woohoo.
Yes. I'll blurt out. In the kitchen.
In the kitchen. Yeah, they don't waste no time, do they? They're obviously not married.
It's only 5 minutes.
It's only 5 minutes. I don't know if it's appropriate for me to have this conversation while I'm trying to record an episode. But if I may be so inclined to say, I'm surprised it takes that long. So anyways, decrease stack size. If our slots don't equal anything, and then we're going to say if you got me all mixed up. If slots of I dot stack size, slots of I dot stack size is less than or equal to j, what are we going to do? We are going to say item stack is going to equal slots of I. We're putting whatever is in that slot into the item stack, right? And we are going to say that then slots of I is going to be null. We're making that slot empty. And then we are going to return the item stack. Put that shit in my hand. That's it. That's pretty much it right there. However, if there's a stack in the slot and we right click it, it's supposed to cut it in half, right? So that's what we're going to do next. So after this, we are going to say pretty much like we did just above, item stack, but this is going to be item stack 1 is going to equal slots of I. Slots of I dot split stack of j, and we're going to say if slots of I dot stack size is equal to 0, then we are going to say that our slots of I is going to equal null. Like so. And what are we going to do? We are going to return item stack 1. This is putting it in the hand. We're taking it out of the slot. We're taking half of it out of there, and if the slot stack size is going to be 0, we're just going to set it to null. Otherwise, it's going to leave the rest in there, and we're going to return whatever we pulled out into our hand. However, we have an else that we need to put in here, right? We're just going to return null. This should allow us to actually take these out right now. But it doesn't like it because it wants a rename method DECR. Oh, you know what? It doesn't like it because I already have one. I manually wrote it and it was already in there. So let's save this and let's try to get my topazes back. The shift clicking is still going to be all derpy. That's not going to work because that has to do with transfer stack and slot, which is in our container class. Are you guys following along? Oh my, it ate my shit, man. And then we can split it, right? The fuck, man? Oh, they're done humping now? Thanks. I try to keep it PG over here. And you have to fucking talk about... What are they talking? What do they call it? Woohoo. Woohoo. I was going to say noodling. That's even worse. Noodling. Alright, so we can put stuff in there. Can we put stuff in here? Oh, yeah. Let's try to put some tree pitch in there and see what happens. Probably nothing, because I'm pretty sure we haven't built that yet. Tree pitch. Nothing. We got to say, hey, you got tree pitch. Boop. Convert that into energy. We'll do that later. Sun's going down. Sun's going down on our episode, folks. So we're going to stand on a cactus and watch it go down together. This is Neil signing out. Episode 5 of our dual input furnace. And hugs and kisses, Zaphod. Like, comment, subscribe. Okay, bye. I wonder if I should edit in like Bette Midler's "You Are the Wind Beneath My Wings." That'd be a good sunset music, right?
They're proposing now. Now that they've done the woohoo, he bought her roses, and now
Oh. So they've done the woohoo, he bought roses, and now they're getting married.
yes, they're getting engaged.
Oh, they're getting engaged. They're going to break up before the week's out. I already know it.